What's up everyone, Joker here, bringing you another audio commentary. The game we're going to be focusing on Karma Mid, played by Ninjas in Pajamas Bjergsen. He's on an account called Bjergsen, and this is a EU Nordic East account. High level, but obviously not his main. I know EU has some, EUS has some pretty serious server issues these days, so I think a lot of players are starting to play on the Nordic East account when their servers are getting them trouble. Anyways, I chose Karma for two reasons. One reason, I feel like she is secretly very strong. I've seen her dominate games, and players do very, very well with her, but she isn't too common in solo queue, and I think that's something that will change in the near future. I feel like she's kind of one of those champs people would call sleeper OP. We'll see, but just a hunch I have. And the other reason is I just kind of want to see how she works. I've definitely played in games, high-level games, where Karma has been in them on my team and against me, and Karma has done very well, but I don't have much experience playing as her or playing directly against her in lane, so I kind of want to see how she plays out. And watching Bjergsen, who's one of the best mid laners in Europe player, should give me a good idea and should give everyone a good idea. So real quick before the game, I'm just going to do a rundown on Karma. I have a feeling a lot of people don't quite know exactly how her kit works. The unique part about her kit is her mantra, and this is her ultimate. She starts with it at level 1, and what it does is it basically grants whatever spell she casts next kind of a stronger effect. You see the cooldown 45, 42, 39, 36, so fairly low cooldown, especially with CDR. And as she ranks it up, level 6, 11, 16, when you normally rank up your ultimate, the cooldown lowers. That's pretty much the only thing she gets. So it doesn't get a great power jump at level 6, just a small cooldown reduction, but she is very strong from the get-go. Her passive is basically further cooldown reduction on her ultimate. When she damages an enemy champion with an ability, it takes 2 seconds off the cooldown of her mantra, and a basic attack against an enemy champion takes 1 second off of it. Her Q is her main ability, her spammable nuke. Inner Flame shoots a little ball of energy. It's a skill shot, but a fairly easy to hit one, and it deals damage. When she uses her mantra before, it deals extra damage, and it also leaves behind kind of a little bomb, little circle area that will blow up a second and a half later and deal AoE damage. And I should mention that her Q cooldown gets down to 5 seconds at max rank, and that gets down to 3 seconds with max CDR, so insanely spammable. Her W is the little chain thing you see. It's a targeted spell, no skill shot. Targets an enemy champion, reveals and deals magic damage to them. If it doesn't break after 2 seconds, which it breaks by creating distance, then they get rooted for a short time. Deals pretty decent damage, and the root duration goes up as it gets skilled. The mantra bonus is extra damage, and it heals Karma. Like half of it right when she casts it on them, and then another half if it doesn't break. Her E is a targeted shield on an ally. She can cast it on herself as well. It also gives movement speed bonus, and the mantra bonus for the E is it gives like a half the shield value AoE to all allies within 700 range, and it also deals AoE damage to enemies that are within that range. And as usual, I'll just go over runes and masteries. I'm not going to say much about this. This is completely standard AP page. Magic Pen Reds, Armor Yellows, MR Blues, Flat AP, Quints. And completely standard for the most part masteries. These points kind of vary depending on preference, but they don't mean a whole lot. He's got the Flat AP, the percentage, Havoc, Spell Sword, blah blah blah, and then 9 utility, the meditation, the summoner spell reduction, and the blue buff duration, and flash. So, without further ado, let's get into the game. And real quick, he's going against a Lux, and Lux actually has clairvoyance. Used to be more common, not as common anymore, but basically that allows her to snipe people with her ult and snipe buffs, stuff like that. A lot of Lux players feel like they won't need Ignite because they won't be in range. I think CV is kind of a waste, but it does give you some extra team utility. It's a preference thing. So level 1, not a whole lot's happening. Karma started Doran's Ring, 2 potions.
Minions have spawned.
That's generally the best way to start as a mid laner, as long as you can get away with only having 2 potions worth of sustain. Doran's items are very cost efficient, and they give you a ton of stats that you're not going to be able to get for 400 gold. So if you can get away with it, then go for it. And since Karma has a shield and a heal, she can definitely get away with it. She's being aggressive early. One thing about laning against Lux is her cooldowns are very long early, and you see Lux kind of just casually casted her E to clear the wave, so Karma did the smart thing and walked up and punished her for that. When Lux is level 1 and just uses her spell, she has no way to hurt you after that. And see the same thing again. Karma hit 2, so even better. She got to use her W and follow up with a Q. Nice early harass damage. So she's pushed her in a little bit early. Definitely winning the trade so far. Lux also started Doran's. And Lux doesn't have any natural sustain. So this is a lane Karma should naturally win the War of Attrition if things go even. And she can push Lux out pretty quick if she keeps getting good trades like this. That was a really bad Q by Lux. And you see that W is a very nice, very easy harass. And root is pretty much guaranteed if you're close enough when you cast it. So one dynamic I've kind of already picked up on is using your early mantra. You need the heal, then obviously you can just use it on the E, and as long as you're close enough, you should be able to guarantee that the root lands. Oh, wait a second. Ooh. Nice damage on Lee Sin there. He took a tower shot as well. But he's Lee Sin, so he can get away. And you see right when he gets away, Karma's going to punish, and nice. She forces the flash. I don't think she'll get the kill, but anyways, looks like there's 2 early ways to use that mantra. You can go with the mantra up W for the heal and a little bit of extra damage, or you can open with the W, and if you see that the root is guaranteed to land, you can cast your mantra Q a little bit ahead of where they'll end up. And what that will do is kind of guarantee that they'll eat that second portion of the mantra Q, which is the little bomb that is a 1.5 second delay, and that's a ton of damage. Not a ton of base damage, it looks like. Mainly more of a ratio thing. So Karma goes back, gets a Chalice. He's a very cooldown reliant champion. So I'm assuming he'll get Athene's first. And this also gives her the benefit of a lot of mana regen to spam in lane and a little bit extra MR just in case Lux catches her. CS wise, 25 to 35, so that early lane bullying paid off with a nice CS lead. Mr. Q there. I think that was the Mantrid Q. Oh, kind of some poor communication there. Oh, and Jarvan might actually die for that. That was unfortunate. Jarvan got the jump on Lux, and she didn't have flash, but Karma was kind of just chilling in the back. I don't know if she was having latency issues or what, but... Oh, and now Karma's forced to flash there. So kind of a little rough start. Lux caught up a bit. She got that kill on Jarvan. Pretty much a free kill. What's going on here? Ward duels. He's doing a nice job of dodging the Lux skill shots and punishing her in return. I'm not sure what Annie's doing here. But that's another kill for Lux. We're pretty much free. So not the best early start for Karma. Not that anything's necessarily going wrong directly to her, but her lane opponent has gotten 2 kills. Jarvan one was partially Karma's fault. The Annie one, not so much. Nice harass there. You see the Q has some nice range, and it's a fairly quick moving projectile. Looks pretty easy to hit. And you see that was the second half of the Q. Nice wave tool. He just wants to push this up and go shop. And gold wise, 70. Probably get an amp tome and boots maybe. We'll see. Maybe some wards. Adoran shield. That's interesting. Maybe that was a misclick. Got an amp tome after all. Yeah, I think it was a misclick. Lux, meanwhile, has a chalice and 2 Doran's rings. They're about even. I don't think they're actually even in gold. Lux is like a 200 gold lead, nothing significant. But item-wise, they're about even. Now Karma's getting blue. And with blue, your Mantrid's already down to 30 seconds. Q's already down to 4.2 seconds. So right here, he's just going to take race. Doesn't feel like roaming yet, I suppose. Looks like Lux is going up top. We'll see how Karma responds to this once she notices. Choices are pretty much push the lane really hard, go counter top, or go gank the other lane bottom. But Jarvan got away for free, so she's just going to be able to get some free tower damage here and deny a wave. Missed the Q there on the creeps. Oh, nice dodge there. So both these laners are fairly safe against each other. They're both rushing a lot of MR with their chalice into Athene's builds. And they both have shields. On top of that, they both have portions of their damage aren't instant, so they can both reasonably get a shield off before they take some of the damage. Oh, Lee's ganks. Nice dodge. Oh, he's going for the kick. Oh man. Do you have ult? Almost. Nice shield there. Good reactions. I'm sure he knew that was coming, so he was ready for that. And Jarvan falls up with the gank. The lantern should keep her safe. Jarvan might go down again here. Oh man. Karma can't buy any sort of break from her teammates this game. But she holds the wave there. Ooh, nice play. Oh man. Big plays. Triple kill, it looks like. 1v3 triple kill. They got a little too greedy there. I think we have to watch that one again. Alright. So, Jarvan fails, blah blah blah. Now it's time to try to dive the Karma, who has a heal, a shield, and a bunch of annoying CC. Not the smartest move by Lee Sin, who's already at extremely low health and there's no minions left. So the flash Q gets him. Lux flashes, but she dodges the Lux Q. Another Q there. You see her Q is so low cooldown at this point that 3.85 seconds. So all those free kills that Lux got were just avenged. And now Karma, I assume, has a big lead. The CS is actually massive, 58 to 104. And yeah, she's up 1,000 gold now, so things turn around real quickly.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
However, her team is down quite a bit. 4.5k gold at just 12 minutes. And it looks like, okay, Caitlyn is 4-0 with 90 CS. Varus is 1-1 with 60 CS. So, despite Karma turning things around in mid, her team is still quite far behind because her bot lane is getting stomped for the most part, and her jungler is 29 CS at 12 minutes. But she has double buffs here. Looks like she'll be hitting 11 on this wave. And she's very strong. So there you go. E into Q, or not E, but W into Q. Another Q. Oh, and that was actually the empowered Q. See, it blew up Lux at the end there, but the bot lane that is stomping comes mid and turns things around. That's one of the more frustrating things about playing mid. Usually you're the one that hits your power spike first and can sway the rest of the map with your influence. But if your bot gets stomped so hard that they lose their tower that early and the other team's bot lane starts roaming mid, you're pretty much just fucked, for lack of a better way to put it. But Karma's one of those champions that can really outplay an entire team. Just her ability to kite, her low cooldowns, and just her ability to outplay. So we'll see. He might be able to put the team on his back here. Got Athene, Sork Shoes, and still has Dorn's Ring. So low CDR already. They are down 6k. It's only 14 minutes in the game. So they're going to have to make some plays, make some shit happen. And Riven DCing isn't going to help anything, but we'll see how long that lasts. So, nice ward here. Sure, she'll try to get her blue now. Another kill for Caitlyn. Fed Caitlyn. Could be 2 more kills for Caitlyn if they play it right. Oh, that was a bad Lux ult. Almost a bad Lux E as well. She short-armed it. Oh! Well, Caitlyn kind of just choked. Karma did pick up blue successfully. That was a nice turnaround. Lux just missed all her shit, and Caitlyn, I don't know if she was just reckless or expected Lux to maybe hit one of her spells. So, traded kills there. Karma's all alone pushing mid. Almost Yeah, she's like over 70 CS up now on Lux, and probably will get this tower here. Yeah, Lee Sin's in no position to stop her. If he tries, he'll die. Might try anyways.
Purple team's turret has been destroyed.
So, looks like she's going for the Lee here. Oh, that was the... Jeez. She's just 1v2ing them pretty hard. If it wasn't for crazy mobility. Oh my goodness. Another flash max range Q. I'm not sure she's going to live through this though. She wants to pick off the threat. She saw she turned around for a second there, but I think she'll be happy with surviving. So you see, he maxed Q first, and W second. Didn't point that out as it happened, but it's kind of a no-brainer. The Q is your main nuke, your harass spell, pretty much everything. And getting the base damage on that up, as well as slightly lower slightly lower cooldown, is going to be nice. Jarvan's dead again. Green 7 now. And then your W is your only other damaging spell, so obviously you want the damage on that and also the lower cooldown. The cooldown on E doesn't actually go down with levels, so that kind of makes the decision that much easier. Let's check out the gold real quick. 5,200 for Lux and 6,800 for Karma, and she's got a ton of gold to spend. She's got both components of a death cap. I'm not sure that's what she'll go for next, but if she wants to, she's almost there. Other options, I guess, would be like, I don't even know. I'm pretty sure she's going death cap next. Yeah, okay. So large rod and blasting wand. Just needs a recipe gold. I'm assuming the build will be something like Athene's death cap. Void Staff, then like Zanya's and I don't know, either like Haunting Guys or perhaps a Rallies would work too, I think, although I don't think she needs it. So now this Karma is just dominating people, but kind of zoned by the Lux E. But Karma's getting real strong. Dodge another Lux spell. Oh, but her Q is barely short.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
And Lee Sin is dead, I think. Lux is getting outplayed so hard here. And you see Karma has incredible chase potential. It looks like she can cast her shield on herself and get a big movement speed bonus, and if she ever catches up close enough to cast the W, then they're pretty much done for. It helps that she was able to dodge all of Lux's CC, and Lux also just like wildly casted her ult off into nowhere. But she picks up the death cap and a blue elixir. One thing, a lot of players seem to underrate the blue elixirs. You obviously don't want to like cost yourself an item over getting it, but once you get to like the 20-minute mark, kind of this time in the game, they're really nice, especially if you don't have blue. One thing I like to do is if I have blue, like the 20-minute mark, I probably won't get one, but if I don't, I will for the CDR. Kind of alternate it with the times you have blue, and then by late game you can get one whenever you have the extra gold. They just make a huge difference, especially on someone like Karma who will really make use of that CDR. Try to get a second mantra spell off in the fight is going to be huge for her. So Riven came back. I actually completely forgot she was gone. She was actually gone for longer than I thought. But Purple didn't extend their lead while she was gone, so it should be alright. Well, Karma's getting pretty greedy here. Oh man, she got out. Nice dodge on the Lux. Oh, Lee Sin. Oh, you got baited so hard. Oh, too many shields. That can't feel good for Lee right there. And Kate stayed around and died to Jarvan's respawn as well, so. Staying in the game, Blue is. Mainly on the back of Karma. Although Varus somehow ended up with a nice score. 516. Caitlyn is still fed, so. She's not going away the rest of the game. Riven is insanely behind. But Karma is a beast right now. No denying that. She's pretty much a full death cap up on Lux. Ooh, look at that damage. And I think the rest is dead, yeah. So all it took was Q, E, and another Q. And now you see she has so much utility. She's able to do reckless stuff like push all the way up to second turret and just kind of dare them to jump on her 3v1. Karma is one of the best AP kiters in the game. That I do know from experience. Played against her enough to have seen teammates chase her through the forest and just die. So you see he's just weaving in and out of fights. Staying at good range, staying clear of pretty much all the threats. So Jarvan is dead again. Not a shocker there. Ooh, that damage on Kate. Ooh, Annie took one for the team there. Good old Annie just dies, so Karma doesn't have to. She's 10-1 now, and stealing blue. See, that's a fat shield. What's her shield up to? 360 on a 6-second cooldown. I think she's max CDR. So, how long does the shield last? 4 seconds. So, I mean, that's almost like a permanent shield. Pretty damn close. Permanent refreshing shield. And Karma's level 16, way ahead of the curve. The highest size her is going to be Varus is 14 and Renekton's 14. But Lux is 12. And Lux, who had some nice free kills in the start, hasn't done much since then. Down about 100 CS to Karma. 6 and 5 isn't a terrible score, but she was like 3 and 1 or 4 and 1, one or the other. So yeah, there you go. There's the Void Staff. That's what I expected to build. The next item will be more interesting, although I'd guess Hourglass, but we'll see. I would guess Hourglass actually into what's it called? Landry's Torment. I feel like would be really good on her. She does so much consistent damage. Obviously the pen and health is nice, but the extra burn effect would be very noticeable on someone like Karma, who's just constantly dealing medium amounts of damage to your team. You look at that Pokemon. I mean, look at that. Wow.
Dominating.
So the Q into the Q bomb from the Mancha got Caitlyn to about 10%, and Varus was able to snipe her with a long range Q. But make no mistake, that was Karma's kill. Varus brought that little extra bit of damage. So 10-1 now for Karma. And then she's just doing all kinds of damage to them. Varus goes for round 2 on the, not KS, but
literally kill secure, but it doesn't quite happen. Although they're also low, they should be able to maybe not take the turret down, but get a nice chunk of damage off of it this wave. So Jarvan goes in, probably recklessly, but from what I know about this Jarvan, from what I've seen about him, is he doesn't really think things through. So they trade 1 for 2 there. Oh, Karma's getting real aggro here. The random flash. Oh, so that was a little bit reckless. And Annie can't take another life, or give her life again is what I mean. Oh, let's see. Can she pull off the escape of the century? Ward. Oh man. I can't tell if he, okay, I was gonna say I thought he was just fucking with her, but who knows. So blue kind of threw a little bit of their momentum away with that pretty reckless dive. That said, they are still on the comeback path, and Karma is just insanely rich. 1,000 gold more than Caitlyn, who herself is insanely rich. 3,000 more than Lux. And she picks up an amp tome, so that's pretty ambiguous. How did... Where's Karma? Okay, there she is. Oh, she also got a blue elixir. So with her rune page, she has 3%, or their mastery, she has 3%. Teens gives her 20, so 23. So yeah, she has max, definitely with the elixir. But without it, I think... Okay, yeah, she would have it with blue and Athene's. Elixir is just for damage. She also might have thought that her blue wouldn't be there. So they're setting up the siege again. Hopefully it can go a little bit better this time. Ooh, Karma is caught there. But they give up a lot to get her, although the Thresh Lantern is very nice and they escape. That was a 1 for 1, but they took out Raid Boss Karma, who is quite a bit more important than Lee Sin. Although I don't think either team is going to be able to push anything off of it. Kind of just stop the push. So Karma gets an arm guard, so yeah, she's probably going to get Hourglass next. And she's already surviving pretty well when she doesn't get reckless. Hourglass is just going to turn it into ridiculousness. Caitlyn has her damage core of i.e. Phantom Dancer, Last Whisper, Vamp Scepter. She could definitely use a fucking Negatron cloak though, with all this damage Karma's doing. And even like Annie. Varus has... Blade of the Rune King Varus is kind of odd, but he is a damage, kind of similar items to Caitlyn. Just Blade instead of Phantom. Really weird build. So they see Lee Sin bot, and that is going to be a Baron. Although it won't be free, I think they'll have to fight for it. The problem is they don't have a smite. And Lux goes too early. Nicely Sin kick, but didn't get Riven off of him. Where's Karma? Looks like she was going to chase Caitlyn, but gave up on it. A little bit out of range. Let's see. Riven is just so crazy. Oh. Very brave Riven.
although she does have the Karma Shield.
If you desire peace, you must prepare for war.
So they ate some damage there from the turret and the Lux stuff, but Karma is fearless. Although she almost dies right there. She really needs to get a W off so she can get a nice little heal going. Lee Sin is trying really hard to get the kick on Karma, but he's only able to kick her perpendicularly. And that could be the game there. 3 down. Caitlyn and Lux are alive, but... Oh! And Lux gets baited by the CC on Karma that she lands. Kind of a foolish attempt to kill there. And let's see if the fed Caitlyn can do anything. Might kill Karma. Yeah, definitely kills Karma. She might actually... Oh, no. Nice Verisol. So purple is actually still ahead for about 10 more seconds in gold. But Varus is too strong now, it looks like. I'm not sure they're going to be able to clean this up in time. Oh, Lux up. Maybe they will. So they survived to fight one last battle, it looks like. But with no Nexus turrets, not a whole lot they can do. Our Karma has progressed to Hourglass, Rabadons, Athene's, Void Staff, Blue Elixir for good measure. 566 AP on him, 140 armor, so pretty tanky. No AP or no HP, but the shield lets him get away with a lot. His shield's up to 520 damage. And when you have shields, resistances are a better buy than HP, just because of how tanks that scale off each other. There's not really a good HP mage item anyways, other than just like a Haunting Guise, which isn't really a tank item, just a little bit of HP. Our allies isn't very strong at the moment. More of a luxury item than anything. So they catch Lee and Lux. Should be able to take these two out. And that'll be the game. Caitlyn gets ran over. All that's left is Renekton and Thresh. And you see, with Karma's ability to throw a shield and to speed up on Riven, she's even more of a monster. And final score 13-4-14. So dominant game by Karma. He turned things around when his team was down pretty heavily early with some nice individual plays, that 1v3. And then just continued plays that brought his AD carry back into the game, and then eventually just turned things around. The actual throw might have been Lee Sin showing bot and giving them the Baron and then the team fight. But things were already kind of turning around at that point, and mainly thanks to Karma. I have to do a little more investigation on the champ, but she seems pretty damn strong. A lot of utility, kind of like an Orianna, but spammable nuke. Some nice ways to outplay people with her man-shut up Q. Leave a little bomb there. A lot of team healing, self-healing, a lot of movement speed. Very similar to Orianna, but cool champion. I suggest trying her out. I'm definitely going to. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll probably have a couple more NA and EU commentaries this weekend. The Korea spectate thing isn't working at the moment. I think it's because they're a patch behind. I'm not sure when they're going to patch up and catch up, but until then I'm kind of kept off that server. But
since LCS is over, there's a lot of pros playing on the NA and EU servers, so still a lot of good games to see. Anyways, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoy, and I'll see you later.